Figured it was time for a Honda update. Anyway, we got this water pump assembly here all, see if we can see it, kind of cured up there. Anyway, the impeller fits really nice and spins, and there's no more holes in it. And now we're trying to round up all the parts so we can put it back together. We have new gaskets and seals and stuff like that. We're missing the cover that fits here, go figure, and we're kind of digging through the bits and the piles trying to find that right now. So we may have a update. Well, we priced out a cover for this thing. Anyway, the modern cover, which will actually fit the application, like $220, another 50 or so for the cover that goes here, because the new ones don't have a solid piece here. So you're gonna $270 plus gaskets. You know, you're pushing $300 for replacement. So we decided to give some of that a try, and basically just glass beaded this surface here. All this got all the crap off it, and glass beaded the inside. Put a little bit of extra on the inside there where the hole was all the way through. And then used the JB and just kind of remachined this thing, and then several coats of applications, I should say, of guide coat, and now we're down to the point where it spins nice and freely with a bearing in there, and I think we're going to be good to go here. We'll give it a shot anyway, put it together and see if we leak or, you know, turn the oil into eggnog. We'll have to wait and see. But we're going to try and put it back together. We found the other bag of bits there, and so Oregon guy 302 is going to put a thin layer of some number 2 type sealant here on the cover, and then we'll put the gasket and the cover and everything back, and then we'll finish the assembly with the water pump and throw some fluids at it, and maybe we can see if it'll run and not leak. I was going to do a little mock-up here of what we're putting together. We really didn't want to go the JB route, but it's cost prohibitive for just selling this thing to buy the new case and stuff, and a lot of the stuff we read, this is the way they fix them, is with some JB, so that's what we did. You can see it in here and around in here. And then the inside here, we just kind of coated the pits and stuff to smooth it out a little bit inside. Anyway, we have the old bearing here on the pump shaft, and that comes in through the back side here. And then the impeller, which actually cleaned up pretty nice. Little spacer washer there. Run it on down. And I'm just going to finger tight it now. But anyway, spins in there real nice, and will be much smoother once the carrier on the other end here is installed on the new bearing. We got new bearings, new seals. New bearing, new seals. This here fits in the carrier on the other end here, inside the engine, and so once it's all in there and tight, it'll do just fine. Spins really free. So hopefully this will function. We'll have to wait and see. It just happens Oregon guy 302 used to sell pumps and things and knows a lot about them. So he's pretty confident in the fact that this is going to function the way it belongs. There's a couple more parts here someplace. See if I can find them. That were involved in this whole business. And I've misplaced them. Here they are. There's a couple gaskets here. One on the inside. And then you have this piece of stainless here, which completes the pump. And then you got another gasket on the outside. And the case then, you know, has a little cover here, which is what we'd misplaced earlier. goes outside on the out here. All bolts together anyway, and then there you go, that's your pump. But anyway, he understands the mechanics of these pumps, and yeah, pretty confident in the fact that this is going to function just fine as it is. And we'll give it a shot. If it doesn't leak and doesn't dump antifreeze in the case, we'll be happy guys. And then we can go ahead and put this up for sale, and we'll just disclose the fact that this has been repaired this way, because it's a pretty common thing on these old Hondas. So that's where we're at. So Oregon Guy 302 here is going to kind of explain a little bit of how he worked this JB once it was, you know, roughed in. We used a little bit of blue masking tape as kind of a form to just get the general shape, but then some machine work had to be done, and he's going to give you a quick blurb on that.
Yeah, one of the things we found with the blue painter's tape, we put it on and then JB'd up to the paper side, and that pretty well stuck the paper to the JB, and it was real tough to get out of there with a Dremel. We found out if you JB up to the sticky side of the paper, you can just pull it right out of there. So that trick worked really well. This took several applications of JB to build up, because we had to position it so it would dry and not run. So probably 6 different times we had to mix up JB and fill in different spots, and then we threw a little primer guide coat on there and ran the impeller to see where I had high spots, and if it was metal, that's where I stopped at. Basically I used Dremel type tool. This one happens to be cordless, and the battery lasted fairly well after I did one charge and recharge on it. And I used the drum sander to get around the OD out here, and to get into some of the radius in here, and also down into the 2 ports here. One's a suction, one's a discharge. Then to get the flat down to the metal there, I just went straight down with this.
Is that a saw tie? Oh, that's a stone.
Yeah, it's a soft stone, but I was using it this way at a slower RPM. It would be a little tough to do with one of the 20,000 RPM units, but this one you can throttle down and manipulate it pretty well, and you don't get bearing rattle and stuff. So it's about about 6 out of 10. Gave you enough torque to do what you were doing. Then I did a lot of work with this little pointy guy. I had another one that was a little bit more round, but it got up into the corners, so that I could get a nice flat spot back there. And you can see some of the metal, the original metal, but this was all rusted through there, or corroded through, because you have 3 different metals. You got steel, you got aluminum, I think, and you got this case is magnesium. You can't weld on it, or at least that's what I've been told. You can't TIG on it by somebody. And then you also have a washer here. It's a different metal, and you got a steel bearing and steel gears. So you throw in some coolant with that, you do make a battery, and the anode or cathode, whichever one disappears, I think it's the anode. The case becomes the anode and just gets pitted. This whole wall over here had broken apart and was wafer thin. So it's pretty well beefed up with JB there. We did most of that with one application of JB with the blue tape taped across there. And then after all that was done, I flat filed the top with a brand new file forever, but finally got it flat to where I have metal showing and no visible or feelable ridges. So I just goobered up the one side. We're ready to go put this case in place. I think I'm gonna have to put that.
Yeah, put that on there first.
This.
Yeah, it talked about that in the book, actually.
Oh.
Engaging the gear as you put it on. You'll be able to rotate it as you slide it on there. You need a third hand?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, I can't help it. Oh, maybe I can. Good. See, I just had to threaten. Here, I'll turn the shaft as you get up close to the teeth there. Yeah, you're still on your lip seal back there on the back. There you go. See if I can find a hole. And a little more on the. Too high in the front. No, there we go. Gear slipped in. There one. Nice. Yep, flush. Whoop. Which one has your you're tipped out on your oh
Yeah, these are hot.
yeah, on one of your pins, one of your alignment pins needs to be pushed in. Push in on the back one. Just give it a smack with your palm. There you go. Ah, that felt better. That went up.
Great.
Well, I know, but you got to use your alignment pins anyway. You were teeter-tottering.
Make sure the gasket's still.
Okay, and those are all 8mm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a torque spec on them?
I don't know.
Just good, just tight?
Probably the same as the impeller.
So 7 to 10? Right?
I don't know. It probably says in there.
Alright, I'll look.
Two of these are longer by just a hair. And we marked it with a yellow crayon there.
I didn't hear where you said, it's alright. 6 to 9.
Okay. And then the other one, yellow crayon, it's down here.
Yeah, right crankcase cover 6 to 9, impeller was 7 to 10. So, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That only measures in inch pounds?
8. This one, well, Newton meters if you want to go that route.
Oh, they have a spec for meters.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll hold this a second. I'll go look at Newton meters.
That's fine.
Okay, there's 108 inch pounds. Okay. Oh, got the impeller one on there. Alright, the other socket's by on your handicap bench.
Yeah.
No. Looks like he's going around in a circle here. Opposite sides and just increments. Yeah.
And here I have some red thread lock. I put on the impeller screw bolt stud. On the top there.
Pity the fool that's got to take this apart.
No, we rattled it off. I remember it had some kind of factory locking agent on it.
It actually came apart easier than I expected it to.
Yeah, with all that corrosion in there, I thought we were have to chip it out of there.
You got a little copper washer?
Yeah, it's on there.
Big ass knees probably right square in front of that. I need to go into gear. Oh, nice. Right up against the compression. Oh, that ain't gonna help. There you go. Yeah, you're tight. Ain't coming off of there. Okay, so you got your little cover.
Yeah.
Well, down to the final bits, and yeah, what I use when I'm putting nuts and bolts and things in there and I want them to come out again another day is I use some of, see if we can see here. Here we go. boat trailer wheel bearing grease. It's semi-waterproof and it stays there, so we're going to use a little of that on the pivot bolt. So I'll give Dave this can, see if I can get a reaction.
He's had it for 10 years.
There's plenty there. I've been saying that for the last 3. Yeah, we're down to brake lever, radiator hoses, and throw some fluids at it and see if we can bring it to life here today, I hope. It goes, is it threaded or non-threaded? There we go. Goes like that. It's one of those puzzles. What do you have there? A rubber?
Yeah, goes along back here.
Keep the goobers out of there. Okay, and then that's an Allen?
Yeah, or a star.
What's that?
There's a star down, way down in there, but an Allen on the outside. Alright, before I tighten it up, let's get the
Spring or the back piece?
rod. I do not see the rod.
Is that what I bent and used to hang my...
Better not be.
I have no freaking idea where we put it. I have an idea we laid it up somewhere probably. We found that cable anyway. It was put away with all the other cables. Right where it should be. Not sure how it got there. I think somebody might have picked it up off the floor and asked me about it, and I didn't even look and pay attention to what it was or know what it was, and I just said put it with the cables. So I kind of think that's what happened. Okay, back on the project here. He's about got the brake cable in position, I assume. He's been at it long enough, but
There's a lot of threads on it.
oh, a lot of threads. That's good.
Now I'm down to trying to get the stupid spring over. I have to get a needle nose to get it.
So hopefully soon here we'll be able to attempt. Okay.
Got it.
Ooh, feels good.
And when you put your springs on, you want to have it so if weeds or something get it, it won't rip it out of there. So put your leading edge towards the front.
Well, we got the oil in the case down there, and now we're gonna throw a little water here in the radiator. We're gonna run it a little bit with some straight up water, just to kind of flush things out before we fill it up with antifreeze. So we'll try that. Oregon Guy 302 seems to remember it takes about a quart. So we'll see how we do here. Sound like I flushed the toilet there. Well, it's going to take a little bit more than that. Well, I need to keep my damn feet different. Not like my Yamaha. There, that washed it out. And it either is on or it's not, right?
Right.
I do not like that foot peg there, Sam I am. Well, we're still recording. Nice. I guess we'll take a quick look here and see if we're leaking anything other than little seed pods from a mouse net. But we're not leaking out the weed hole any. So, whoa, we got pressure, and it's warm up top here. Both sides of the radiator warm. So that means we got flow coming off that engine. Sitting for 10 years. 98. So 98 are the last tags on it, so it's been sitting for what? 15 years, seems to be running alright. Anyway, yeah, water pump fixed with JB Weld. We'll have to see how it does. Thanks for watching. Oregon Guy 3 says, thanks for watching. Very cool. I like it. I'll take it for a rip.